Are you ready?
Yeah, already.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. I can't do it. Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Ren, and I am joined by Amo from Just Amo. Please go check out her channel once you get the chance. And by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about our experience in architecture school. So we're currently first years in
Yeah, we're first.
college, and it's usually a 5-year program. It's not for like the regular ones. And we thought it'd be nice to like share experience because we are also artists on the side, and architecture was not what I thought it would be, you know? Like I thought I would be doing a much more sketching and drawing, but I think now since like after COVID, we've been using a lot more like 3D programs and everything, which I don't like it. Do
Yeah,
you
it's like
like it?
a lot of digital work. I mean, like I have developed interest in 3D modeling. Like I've kind of taught myself how to use a Blender, and a class I was in high school taught us how to use another 3D modeling program. And for the majority of the 3D programs I was taught how to use, I actually got a hang of it pretty quickly. So a lot of digital stuff is I actually enjoy it. It's kind of my thing. One of my strengths within this field. How about
Mm.
you?
I don't know, like when I was in high school, we had digital art and engineering, but we just didn't have like pure architecture. I know a lot of different schools have it. It's just that we didn't have it, even though
Yeah,
we were
my
like a CTE school.
yeah, my school had a class that was part of for 4 years. It's like this architecture class. I learned IronCAD, and a lot of it was a lot of traditional sketches and drafts. A lot of it was like learning how to render traditionally.
Mm.
And one of my favorite parts was the model making. I love making models. I love tiny things. Like my Instagram feed is just filled with like tiny models.
Oh my God, I
And
love
like
it too.
I love those things.
It was so fun building our first final model because I think because we didn't have any limitations to what we could build, you know, our professor was
Yeah.
doing something different than the actual curriculum. It was so
Speaking of,
much fun just building it and then cutting it. It was so fun that I cut my fingertip off. It just sliced right off.
oh, oh yeah, I forgot that. We had to like a run, had to like a whole side quest just trying to find like more gods for you, and like
I
we unlocked like a different part of the building too,
Oh
and it
God.
was fun.
Like,
I had free food. We got free food too.
oh my God, yeah. So
So
I
much
I was
free food.
like cutting. I think it was like at the 8th hour of building, and I was already like really tired. The day before, I just didn't get any good sleep. And I was like watching a YouTube video, which I do not suggest. If you're cutting something, don't do it. Like, don't watch a YouTube video. Do not do what I did. I was cutting, I was watching, and then I think I like zoned out for just a millisecond. And the box cutter just cut the wrong way, cut off the
Oh
whole skin, nail, and like, oh, wow. And then just so much blood. I can't draw this off.
yeah.
I can't draw this off. It's gonna be too graphic, but it was just so much blood. And then we went to the Fab Lab just to get bandages. Those weren't enough. I ripped open like 3 packs. They got soaked within like the first 2 minutes. I had to go downstairs. We made a whole trip downstairs to another part of the building just to find another first aid kit. And we somehow ran into professors which offered us fried
Free
chicken.
food.
Fried chicken. I guess that was my dinner for the day, just fried chicken.
I mean, we also went to Moe's afterwards too.
Oh, Moe's was good. Moe's was
Yeah,
really good.
Moe's was also really good.
All right.
What was the
So, I think we already answered the question I had. What was your favorite part about this first semester? So,
Mmm.
I think I'll move on. How do you balance your architecture and art life? You know, being an artist, you want to do your own projects. I know for me, I love drawing fan art for anime, Genshin, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai. Okay, those are all Hoyoverse games. Hold on. Um, I do want to do Marvel Rivals. That's fun. But it's just like I remember when a month before the finals. I was like, I can't draw anymore. My creative juices were all just used
Yeah,
up in architecture. I was like, oh, I can't do this. The moment I get home, I touch the bed and I'm instantly knocked out.
yeah, and you have a more, I want to say, strict posting schedule because you post a lot more than me. I I don't have a schedule. I'm trying to develop one, but I do not have a posting schedule for Instagram at all. I have a couple sketches, but any complete works, no. My
You just
first
stop. You just stop drawing after like you draw the sketch. You're like, line art's a bit too hard, you know. I'll do it later, and then later just never comes again. Like you have a
Yeah,
whole pile.
like on my Photoshop file, like it's just a whole bunch of sketches and like incomplete works. And like it comes to a point where like I'm experimenting with my art style, so like when I look back at these sketches now, I draw and color way differently. So it's just like there's no point of trying to like fix on that like continue with like a sketch that has like a completely different art style.
It's like it just takes away from when you actually want to do other art projects. It's kind of like when people say, "Oh, don't like don't get a job based on what you like because then you're going to end up hating it." And I think that's really true. Cause like after like I think in November, when I had time to open up my iPad and start drawing for a little bit, I was like, I can't. I don't even want to look at the screen. I'd rather play like Valorant or something or Roblox. Like I just can't be drawing anymore. It was just so
Yeah,
bad.
I was kind of grinding battleground games for a minute. I'm kind of ashamed of saying or mentioning battleground games in general, but I was on the grind after like when I finished with my work. Speaking of work, another thing, time management. Time management and architecture super duper important.
Yeah.
Super duper important. Like there are like a lot of our classmates that started their models the last minute. We
Oh my
started
gosh.
making our models I think 2 to 3 weeks before the
Definitely
deadline.
3.
Definitely 3. Because like I was spending like a hot minute on like the wooden model, and the hardest part was cutting the wood.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I feel like I know I see a lot of like clips and videos online where architecture students are like, "Oh, I got 0 hours of sleep." And I got like 1 to 2 hours, you know? And I'm like, like I could see how that happens in like the third or fifth year, but if you're already doing that in the first year, like you might need to start rethinking your daily life routine because it's
Yeah.
not working out. I remember our professor during our midterm review only us
Yeah.
two had the everything done because we actually started early, like in a timely fashion. Even though it
Yeah.
wasn't like done right because it was still our first time, like our professor was still like content with it. But everybody else, like I know this was one kid that did not
Oh my
start
god.
until the night before, and he showed up with nothing. I was so surprised. And
At that point
when
it's a
he
wrap.
when he went up to present, the professor was like, "Do you have anything to show us?" No, not really. Like,
He was
I know
so
I said
honest
I would
too.
do better, but I just honestly didn't do my best. I know it's not my hardest work. Like, if you know if it isn't your best work, why would you even go up there? Like, the professor was just so pissed. His face turned red. His ears were red. I could just see the smoke coming out of his head. And he was like, "Sit down. I can't do this anymore." I've never seen a professor rage.